Archers, attack! Keep firing! Let none escape! Another down! Do not relent!
Welcome to my crunchy laptop microphone, the only option available at Grandma's house. I'm Slidewhistle.
I am Immunization.
And I'm Aaron, 5 mates shoulder 9-hole punching bag. And I just want to say, as a fellow who was an occupant of the silly little island over there, big ups to Queen Liz. She put down like 165 years on this earth. Saw the Nazis, saw all the many brown people she enslaved, and said, "Oh, it's a bit too much, innit? Time to go."
Insert beat drop here.
Saw the Nazis.
She did. I saw a tweet that was like, she saw Adolf Hitler, was like, this is chill. And then she saw like one drag queen who was like, I'm out.
See, she's like, I'm the only queen. No drag queens here. That goes against my monarchy.
You know, she really just knew that we were gonna like not have a whole lot to talk about, so she's like, I'm just gonna pass away so that the boys have to bring back my favorite segment that Aaron loves to force on people. Except I'm a little more relevant in it.
It's been so late, or so long rather, since he's been able to announce celebrity deaths. Which, by the way, there's more. One of the producers and a comedian from Fuller House and a beloved Milwaukee newsman both died of complications from COVID. But fucking Liz took the spotlight away from these two gentlemen like she has for over a century.
It is actually pretty insane.
My favorite part, though, is the memesters that are like, oh my god, she is being reincarnated as Trisha Paytas' baby, because apparently Trisha gave birth to her child a few minutes after the death of Queen Elizabeth was announced.
It's just one queen passing on to another. Liz said, the people at Buckingham Palace never let me just eat loose cheese off of the floor while sobbing. Finally, I can do that with my mother, Trisha. And Ethan Klein's brother-in-law, ?
I don't know if it's a new guy or if they broke up, who knows, but like, I don't really follow her that much, but I did see a tweet.
Oh, it's the same guy.
Same guy? Okay. I did see a tweet saying that they named the daughter Elizabeth in honor of her passing. I don't know if that I don't know if that's true or not, but like that's totally something she would do.
Yeah, it's got to be fake, but it is something she would do.
All I know is that Trisha Paytas has for a long time stated she is secretly an African-American individual, and that would make Liz number 2 roll over in her grave, knowing she was technically, well, I believe if it is Ethan Klein's brother-in-law, she is both Jewish and maybe some sort of color.
Yeah, I think that sounds about right. My microphone, obviously, is pretty bad. I am at my grandma's house. It's the only option I have, okay? So bear with this episode.
We are recording. Slidewhistle is actually talking into a cup with a huge, I guess 2 of them, sticking out of the edge of the cup going all the way to our homes.
That's what it feels like. And there's not many episodes where at least 2 of us aren't even in the same room. So this is kind of a weird one.
I know, like when we did our pre-production, well, the thing that we always edit out where we like try to sync each other up, like it was really weird that I'm like, wow, this one actually probably matters more so than ever before.
Okay, so let's start with the most recent thing that I found in my search of what the fuck are we talking about today? A couple hours ago, they've added a Ragalan achievement. Oh, they haven't added it yet, but it's encrypted. It's called We're All Made of Stars, and it has a heroic and mythic version for our boy Ragalan.
So what do you have to do on Raggy Baby for this achievement? Eventually. Is it currently out or no?
So it says that they discovered them on the Dragonflight PTR, but which have now been decrypted on live servers. So it exists on live servers. It's just hasn't been like officially punched yet. So it's probably coming, maybe at the end. Is it coming soon? Like, what the achievement is in the first place is there's 2 versions, heroic and mythic. You have to Iron Man style beat Ragalan. That means not a single death. No one can die. and you have to deal with extra mechanics throughout the encounter that can be tracked using like the scripts. So it's not even like a real. You can't even like really test it. They're time limited, with additional text indicating they will no longer be available in Dragonflight. Okay, so they're trying to give us a little more things to cut our teeth on. It sounds like.
I think too many people got through the Silly Billy season 4 content, so they're like, fuck, throw it on the DPS check boss. They'll never get through that.
I mean, I don't know. Our guild having no one die during Raglan, like, no matter what difficulty, I don't think we could do that.
Okay, so I didn't know this was a thing. Apparently, these have existed before. So the Wildlight article says, while the normal mode version can be challenging enough, Heroic and Mythic add quite a bit more difficulty, blah, blah, blah. There's a bit of a silver lining, though. The achievements do not appear to require they be completed on Fated difficulty, so there's no Fated fights. And it says, unlike other Immortal achievements of the past, which I'm like, there's more, these also do not need to be completed on the first attempt. So players are free to fail and retry as many times as possible. What the fuck? We've had like super hard mode sweaty challenges before?
And I assume they mean like once per week you can attempt this, and not just like, oh, I'm sorry, you beefed it back in 2016. This is forever locked out from you.
So what they're referencing there is there's a link to that. It links in the article to the Raden one, and yeah, it just says the achievement says it's called "I thought he was supposed to be hard," and it says defeat Raden in Throne of Thunder on the first attempt without letting any raid member die.
Yeah, that was true because not only could you, there was like a limited number of times you could fight him. Wasn't there a time limit? Like it's like, oh, I've absorbed enough blood to allow you 700 seconds.
Yeah.
And then after that, it's just like, see you next reset.
One of the top comments of this by Kirby411 in 2013 says, new difficult achievement. Yeah. So I guess he has a list of the previous achievements as of 2013. Sinestra has a similar one. Algalon has 2, or 25 man, 10 man. There's some we're at the Lich King Ulduar, Naxxramas, so I guess there's other ones out there that I've just never heard of before. So we're not getting this one, right?
No. And I love our group, but it's tough enough to not have people die on Heroic, let alone without all these other silly Billy things. That said, I do feel like there is a faction of people who will hear about it and be like, come on, guys. We're like the strongest I've ever met. And it's like, and so I think we will try for this, but I do not think we will be getting this.
Yeah, I don't envision us seeing this too, especially if like it doesn't last like that long, and like they're saying it might not even go until Dragonflight, so like who knows? It's a limited time crunch hard achievement. We won't be getting it, but I do like that they put in something like this.
I kind of hope Dogs with Jobs goes for this. I think they could maybe get it, knowing that you can re-clear. Because it's so funny, I was first like, oh, okay, so we can just keep trying over and over again. And then I was like, unlike other ones, you don't have to be done on the first attempt. And I'm like, that was an option? Like, that could have happened to us? There's 3 new mechanics. We have those as well. In Phase 1, Cosmic Bombardment will target random spots on the floor, indicated by small swirls. In Phase 1, Falling Star will target a much larger area on the ground and knock back players based on how close they are. And in Phase 2, Graviton Cluster will instead pull players towards the ground effect. What the fuck does that mean?
You know, I'm not sure. And I was also, when you were reading that, I was trying to read like to see how you even go about starting this special mode of the fight. You know how the achievement like the achievement we did in normal where all of us stacked on like one little tiny part and then we turned into glowy boys. I guess you need to have somebody standing on all of them, and there's 6 of them around the room.
Ooh, so, and actually never mind. I was about to be like, so you can't even come back expansions later and get it, but you very clearly said this thing has like a 1 month time frame. Speaking of that, the pre-patch is on the PTR now, right? So things are getting pretty serious.
Yeah, and they continue to make updates to all the talent trees, and I don't know, I just feel like it's getting real up in here, and I'm just excited the closer we get to Dragonflight, honestly.
And we know that they're not afraid to turn around. Like 3 weeks from now, here it comes. I'm feeling a early October to announce like mid-November. It's coming at you.
Oh man, yeah, I get that feeling too. It just on the beta, things just felt really kind of put together. There's still some bugs like talent trees were resetting, which is very annoying. What like Feral is very interesting to like look at the talent trees now that and they've even further made adjustments to where Feral's looking pretty OP. So I'm trying not to celebrate yet, but it's also making me
Yeah,
like
you shared a meme of everyone being like, finally, our time waiting. They finally listened to us. So, Scaly Gary, Salazzle, perhaps they're going to have to sit on the back burner here.
yeah, I'm like I don't know if I'm gonna make like my main a Feral and then make my main alt a Evoker, or if I'm gonna do the opposite. But before it was very decided. Evoker main, Feral second. And now I'm like, I don't know. It seems like it'd be a crime to not play a Feral Druid now. I'm already doing it. Why not keep it up when it's going to be like even better?
Yeah, and it's funny because I think that news of the big feral patch or whatever you want to call it, the kitties getting their claws back, happened like immediately after we finished recording or something like that last week.
Always have it out for us.
Also, they did it. Like my few weeks of complaining only on this podcast led to them giving the priest talent tree a little bit of a love as well. And we are getting to keep some form of flash concentration. It's like a different version. There's only 2 stacks instead of 5, and when you so if you cast flash heal twice, it gives you the 2 stacks. But then when you cast the heal, it consumes those stacks, and then you have to build them up again. But it seems as if it's stronger healing though. It just is gonna feel a little weird to play with now. But so it's gonna be a rotation, I assume, of flash heal, heal, flash heal, heal, instead of just casting a flash heal every once in a while to maintain your 5 stacks.
Super, it's exciting.
Yeah, I am really excited about it. I guess it's in the same spot. It's one of those talents that you can choose one or the other. So you get to either choose baby flash con or Lightwell. And I know a lot of people were very one way or another about the Lightwell for making your return.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm excited to hit up the Coco Melon booth at Baby Flash Con. The convention for all of the Flash animations for babies.
Wow, that was a good one. How'd you pull that one out your ass so quickly?
Baby Flash Con 2022.
I don't know what you guys are doing for lunch, but I'm going to be skipping lunch to go watch the Elsa Gate panel.
Oh, shit. It conflicts with the Baby Shark panel.
Oh man, Pink Fong's got such a great representation this year.
They could actually do a pretty good baby. They could have Lipschitz given a seminar somewhere. You could have a lot of baby stuff going on.
Lipschitz, the fictional child psychologist from Rugrats.
Imagine a man dressed up as Dr. Lipschitz, and he's like, "Oh, I would give your baby a."
You know what? I would be like, what does it even look like? But the Christmas special, they did hang out with Dr. Lipschitz.
That man.
And Dee Dee has espoused his teaching so much. I feel like you really could pull that off.
He's got a really distinct look to that beautiful face of his. Probably the worst name ever. Lipschitz. Okay, so we have some WoW Classic shit going on, which is actually really funny because, much to everyone's surprise, we did it. We fucking did it, boys. We were up in Wrath Classic doing stuff together.
Yeah.
We were.
I made a new paladin, and Slide resurrected his a new form of a paladin as well. Janice Wilson made a return, right?
Love my girl, Big Jan. Big Janny Wilson holding it down for the 413.
Big, beautiful Janice Wilson with her very functional haircut. It's very tight to her head, like a motorcycle helmet. I love it.
So I got a lady dwarf paladin. I guess I'll just say the actual race. There's only 4 of them, so you can probably guess it pretty quickly, but...
Yeah, it's pretty easy.
Yeah, and then I have a male dwarf paladin named Patrick Olson.
And then I have a male gnome warrior named Grinkle. And Grinkle's been putting in some work. I know we crusaded as the 3 of us for a little while, but Grinkle's been putting in some personal homework. He has, in fact, moved on to Loch Modan.
Well, what level are you now?
I want to say I am 16. I want to say he has, in fact, defeated Margaret in the leveling race. My goal here was just to blast forward, and also I'll still hang out with you babies. But I was like, how close can I get to these guys' boosted characters that I know they have? I know Slidewhistle has one, but I just assume Immune will have one at some point. And I was like, how close can I get on Grinkle?
I don't think I want to spend money on Wrath Classic, honestly. So I don't.
Well, that's fine. Well, then I'll circle back as my slightly overleveled self, and I'll help you on any character you want to make clear content, because I'm making Grinkle, and Grinkle is it. He is the alpha and the omega. I am not starting anyone new to like level with people. It's just like, well, sorry, you get Grinkle.
It's just crazy because, like, the leveling experience, even though there's a boost right now, still feels awful. Like, I'm like, it took us, literally 45 minutes to finish one quest.
Yes, and we didn't even finish it. We got so close to the turn-in, I think. Or no, that was a different one. We were going to turn in a different quest, and then it was just like, someone contacted us on WoW Yum, and it's like, oh, thank God. We just split.
Wait, okay, so I think my biggest problem with Wrath Classic right now is if you group with somebody, sometimes there are quests where you're punished for grouping with somebody when you're better off doing them alone. Like the ones you have to gather like X amount of like rabbit feet or whatever, and then you can kill shit, and there's nothing you can loot, but your two party members can steal all the fucking rabbit feet before you get to them.
Mm-hmm. I will admit, I was doing the first thing I did when I fired it up without you guys was the Shimmer Mist one, and I was like, boy, oh boy, this is easy, because you can pick it up off the ground, and you can pick it up off of enemies, and I'm like, I don't have to share with these two crumb bums.
Yeah, and it took us a little bit longer than it probably should have to remember that we can actually trade quest items to help each other out. I don't know that that's a thing in, like, WoW Yum, but it definitely is needed there.
When did that like stop? When did they change like group loot within like a quest? Was that with like the WoD changes or the Legion changes? We didn't have to deal with that when we were leveling in WoD, right?
No, not that I remember.
I mean, they probably got rid of it once they made questing like bearable.
I wonder when that was though.
And my other big thing is, if you're not with a group, people on your, I guess, back in Classic, you would have never even thought to have seen like a horde guy in Dunmoreau. But people in your faction still gray out things when they attack it. So you're forced to politely wave at a guy and group up with them. And then just so that like you don't have to race each other to attack things now. And then you run into the thing where it's like, okay, well, these used to be a guaranteed drop. Now I have to play patty cake with you, guy. And also, this is just my official shout out to the guy in Gun Bowler Mines in Dunmoreau. You fucking suck. You were like, I'm going to go repair. And then you left, and I cleared a bunch of stuff, and I came out, and you were like, thanks for killing the stuff. And I was like, wait a minute. You were just sitting there that whole time.
He said thanks for killing the stuff?
He did. I was like, you were using me, you fucker.
Oh, I
don't remember what your name is, but you're a gnome mage, and I hope you choke.
Oh, I definitely do that, but I don't taunt the person afterwards being like, thanks, chump.
And anyone who's played Classic knows it takes a long time to kill the stuff. It was not a fun experience, and I was just hoping my friend was coming back. I was like, he sure is taking a while to repair his robes, but I trust him. He's a good Classic man. Why would he dick me like this?
He was eating a plate of lasagna, watching you like, come on, motherfucker, die. I guess we can go into the other Wrath Classic news, which is breaking news as of today, Thursday, September 8th. You can receive a new mount for use in retail. That's right, in retail for playing Wrath Classic.
And I just want to say, it's pretty cool looking, too. It's a frost brewed proto worm. Yeah, I believe it's called.
Yep.
It's like a zombie Jake. It's gray, and it's got blue leaking out of it. It's very cool, and I was very happy to see in the comments people go, ugh, I guess I'll play Wrath Classic. And I was like, yes, queen. It's so nice to see people like us who are like, I'll begrudgingly put some time into it.
It's like those matches that we played of HOTS for our Diva skin type deal, you know?
And then all you have to do is level a Death Knight. No, not even level Death Knight. You have to get a Death Knight out of the starting zone, which I think anyone can do, right?
I believe so, that, yeah, anyone can just log in, create a Death Knight, and do the starting zone, and then that's how you get this mount.
The only unfortunate thing is, and I don't want to be a lazy Maisie, it does take a while to do that in the fun version of the game. In Wrath, I feel like it'll take a lot longer. This is going to be a lot more of a time sink than I think it will be, but I'm willing to do it for Big Bone Daddy Dragon.
Is there a time frame that we need to do this during, or is it like any time we can do this?
That's a great question. I actually don't know the answer to that. I'm assuming it'll go away at some point. I feel like most of them do. But do you think it'd be beneficial for us to make characters together, or do you think it'd be worse? Like, we could overpower stuff at least.
Yeah, that's the only thing is it's easier to do the content, but we'd have to do more of the content because I know there are distinct, like, pick up flaming arrows from bodies types things, which will run into the problem we had with the leper gnomes.
Well, only time will tell. But I mean, this is how you get people to play both versions. I feel like obviously, I feel like there's gonna be less of a crowd being like, "I'll play raw retail now because I have a mount to use in it." But there's probably someone like that.
So this week, we went into a raid, and it went.
It certainly went. I mean, not necessarily well.
It's not going to be a long segment on this one, but, people do like to know our hunt for what is even the title we're supposed to be getting at the end of this?
It's something with fate in its name. I don't even know.
Hero of Fate. And that goes after your name. It's
Hero
a comma.
Okay, so Growlina, Hero of Fate. That one is pretty cool, and I can't complain, because I really feel like it is just we've been dicked over by the fated mechanics. But geez, oh Creezo, getting past Anduin and even doing some Lords of Dread on this last one was just a real stinker.
Yeah, I feel like combined between our two raid nights, we wiped on Anduin probably for a full night and then some change, probably, right? Maybe more than that. Maybe like a night and a third of the second night combined, I don't know.
It also was a very crazy week though. I mean, I wasn't there. Someone couldn't make it for both nights. Someone's the name of a person, not like someone I don't know. Wasn't somebody else also? Pablo had internet problems, so I don't know. I feel like also the comp wasn't like the normal people that we would have had to crush it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Also, this has been a problem for us in the past with Anduin too. Like even when he was like, not even just cynical joking, like on farm, like when he was actually should have been on farm, like we would like kill him in one shot one week, and then the next week it would take us like 30 pulls to kill him. So I really don't understand. Sometimes we just are unable to do Anduin.
What it is we get unlucky on which person or which people the mechanics land on. The only way we clear it is if we have a run where certain people don't get certain mechanics, and that just kind of seems to be the usual business. It's just sometimes I think Anduin has been so mean because he has so many of those mechanics. He has so much more than the average number we're used to.
But going forward, I believe Lynn saved his lockout so that we never have to kill Anduin again, which is nice. Because I feel
What's
like
unfortunate. It's not true though. There are a lot of people that weren't there for heroic Anduin. Like, what are they gonna do?
Yeah, even someone. So this is not Sadi's. I'm sorry, this is not the Seppi. But someone was like, or it was. I can tell you because they had a funny little voice. It was Vegemite was like, "Yep." And then when we go to Sanctum, I just need Sylvanas and Fight Scribe. And I was like, Fate Scribe, yuck. And then Lynn, like he always does, is like, Fate Scribe was actually pretty easy. And I was like, you fucking lie. That's going to take us 48 hours.
And every time Lynn says something will be quick or easy, then it most certainly is not. It's like a fulfilling prophecy there.
The minute he speaks those words, he utters a curse upon all 20 whatever raid members. And we're fucked for the next 2 hours. I'm happy, though, because I got my Hero of Fate title off that Anduin kill. So after all those attempts, which wasn't that many for me as it was for you guys, I feel like a true hero of fate.
Boo, boo, I'm throwing rotten tomatoes at you. I'm pitching them over the fence.
And make them into a salsa.
Oh no, I provided him a salsa component. I feel like a double fool.
The salsa of fate.
What was your guys' vaults like? You guys have anything good in your vaults? Mine fucking sucked.
So,
No.
on my priest, it was uneventful. I think I got a cape that was just like a 6 eye level upgrade. It isn't even necessarily the best stats, but I feel like the int is worth it. So, like, whatever. But on my hunter, I got a 304 bow, like the crossbow from Streets, the one with like the crit effect. So I think besides the Sylvanas bow at a heroic difficulty or higher, this is the best bow that I could have. So that is good. I had one drop for me in the dungeon last week, and I was like, oh fuck, now I need to start like saving up valor to try to upgrade that. But like I think me just saying that that's what I was going to do was enough to trick the game to putting like a max level 1 in my vault. So
Summons that shit.
All I got was shoes. And my legendary, my unity is on my shoes. So now comes the thing. Everything's outpacing the legendaries, but like you're supposed to still keep them, right?
Oh, if you
Like I gave up 304 shoes because I was like, well, I can't replace my legendary, but now I just know I probably made the wrong choice.
you just move your legendary.
I guess I could have. That's what I should have
It would've
done.
been
But
like
instead,
a-
I picked something. I think I picked something for Mog. Or no, I picked a shirt that got upgraded from 270 to 291. But I was just like, oh, beans. I should have replaced the damn shoes.
Yeah, it's so hard to beat max level pieces. Oh no. Hopefully you get some more shoes soon. I actually got a Mechagon ring, and I finally have a completed Mechagon ring set, which I feel like we were just talking about last week, weren't we? Or somewhere we mentioned these.
Or sometime lately, because I know I got one. What does yours do?
So mine is, if I attack an enemy from behind, then sometimes I have a chance to gain 116, 130 haste. So literally all I have to do is stand behind them. My bleeds, I think, count as attack from behind. OG Barrel Druid in the Wrath Classic played the same way. One of their abilities had to be played from behind. So I'm playing a Rat style Feral while I'm trying to learn Wrath Feral. It's actually really good timing. It sucks because on Anduin, I was trying to maximize my buff uptime, so I'm standing behind Anduin, and these wicked stars keep flying in and out. I got hit by like almost every single wicked star, trying to be greedy as fuck to maximize my rings.
listen, you gotta do what you gotta do. And even if that means you gotta get hit by a few wicked stars.
I mean, fuck, you're a druid. You can heal yourself. Just get hit by the star, sit for a second and a half, smash some buttons, and then cast a regruth.
Regruff. What is this about Binding Shot, Immune? Have you heard about this?
I did. So in Dragonflight, the Hunter's Binding Shot now will behave kind of like a Frost Nova. Like any damage will just break it.
So,
Binding Shot, was this a thing that I saw? Was this a thing that you were putting on people? Or was this a secretive, a silent, invisible ability?
No, it's an ability that I don't take it every dungeon, but like say for Gambit, I would take it for those Murlocs that run away at the beginning. And how it currently works in Shadowlands is you launch it into the ground, and like when enemies try to leave the area of the Binding Shot, it like activates and it like locks them down so that they no longer move. And it looks like a glowing arrow in the ground, and then it has like, I believe is it pink zappy lines attached to the arrow with to the mobs?
that sounds right. It's like a pinkish. I don't know if they're zappy, but they're pink something lines.
Yeah, so it currently is like really OP in just locking down ads, because you can like kill them fully during the time that they are locked down there. And now in Dragonflight, they announced that any damage will break that effect.
Huh, so it's literally just to make sure things don't run away, but you can't even punish them running away now.
I guess that, like, this kind of sucks. Like, I feel like nobody's going to want to take this ability anymore because, like, sure, it stops them momentarily, but a lot of people are trying to AoE down these mobs, so, like, very quickly, all of them are just going to be pretty much instantly broken out.
I have abilities that intentionally spread and do very small amounts of damage to each enemy in a group. I'm going to feel bad if someone throws down a binding shot and, like...
immediately your fire spreads to all of them.
Yeah, and then it's just like, oh, sorry, buddy. Looks like that's a useless ability now.
I guess I get it, though, because no other rooting abilities do that, right? So why did Binding Shot, why was it allowed to have it for so long?
Don't rogue things do that?
I think...
Can't you sap a guy and then absolutely wail the shit out of him? And he's like, fuck me. I do have to sit here for 5 seconds.
No, I think Rogue's stun, Kidney Shot does, but they're blind, which is similar to Binding Shot. Blind, it breaks on damage. So, because, like, I have roots, and I can root, but it breaks on damage. So why does your arrow get to fucking exist?
I mean, it was not going to for long. I mean, so now what? In Dragonflight, the only one that will still lock things down in place, is it just Ursul's now? Ursul's Vortex?
I guess, because they can run back into it, right? So it has to be.
Speaking of Ursul's Vortex, I'm caught in a windstorm. Oh no, please help me, co-hosts. And while you do that, we'll see what Growlina has to say.
You know, I think we can just leave Aaron in that vortex.
You bastards! I'm gonna barf!
Hello, Gringo here. I'm here with the inaugural episode of Gabbin' with Grinks. I'm sitting my pointy butt down with my dwarven friend, Imani. Friend, what are you doing just standing there idle? There's so much adventure out there in the snow.
Well, I just don't feel like it. I keep running out to fight the trolls, get killed by 2 of them, have to run all the way back, and then get killed again.
Well, I can help you. I don't want you to quit just because of one roadblock.
No, I think I'll just sit here and enjoy the music and the graphics.
Huh. Well, I respect your hustle, sir. It's a shame they changed so much of Keranos in the years afterwards.
I don't know if they really did, but I just want it to look and sound exactly like I remember. Taking it in, that's why I bought Wrath.
Well, there you go, folks. Wrath Classic is showing you its true strength. It's a reminder of a thing you used to do. Speaking of things people used to do, I want to hear those 3 silly boys talk about their goofball antics again. How about we get back to that?
Boy, oh boy, thanks for saving me from that whirlwind. Or that whirlpool. Whatever natural thing I was trapped in.
Well, you know, it wasn't a binding shot.
That's true. I could have just bought myself on the tushy and gotten out of it. Much like a lot of people are trying to get out of this. Cat wow. What? Classic ad China. This has been added to the group chat. What's going on with this?
So, my mom, I'm at my grandma's house. I said many times before, my mom came and was talking to me, and I'm just like, let me look up stuff for the podcast content right now while I'm in this conversation. Apparently, China released a Wrath of the Lich King ad, and it's called Wrath of the Cat King. And it's a 2-minute video, and it's about cats playing World of Warcraft. I'm not even kidding. Watch the video.
I'm currently watching it.
I am too.
Yes, a lot of cats are engaging in a Rube Goldberg thing. One of them is playing WoW. Okay, the other one shot a thing, and now there's a little paw print on September 9th.
The day that it dropped.
And there's the helmet.
I'm really hoping we get a Jaina cat Please give me a Jane a cat.
Okay, we're live playing it. This Siamese cat with blue eyes is really vibing with the helmet.
Wait, is that the type of cat that Bigglesworth is?
Oh, it is. That's
yes, I believe
that's
so.
Great.
Yes,
that's a good reference. I love the
it has
slide
touched
watch.
the helmet. It's touched the helmet, and everything's turning to ice.
Oh, girl, these cats are not equipped for the ice. Oh, this cat is going to what's it called? Requiem of the Highborn.
Oh, you have audio on? Shit, I was playing audioless.
I mean, you didn't miss much. This is the only interesting thing that's happened yet. And he's just watching Wrath gameplay now.
He really loves Wrathgate.
Oh, he's excited by this cat mount.
Oh boy. You know what? I don't live there. Oh, we're all back. Oh.
Okay, Wrath of the Spectral Tiger, so showing cats you can't have.
Does in fact end the advertisement with the gang coming back and just tipping over in Illidan.
That's actually a really fucking good ad.
It's fine and all, and I like it, but like I just don't fully understand why.
I mean, I guess when you have nothing to go on, when it's something old and it's like everyone knows Wrath of the Lich King, we're not going to get people by like providing statistics and stuff. It's like, well, cats, Rube Goldberg, I keep saying disease, Rube Goldberg machines. You know what? Just have fun with it. And then I guess touch the helmet so that we can get back to brand identity.
Everyone loves cats. China loves WoW. I feel like this was just a match made in heaven.
Well, I guess while we're talking about feline type animals and things, I guess we're like, Aaron suggested this in our a little break. Let's have a quick little mini episode of a podcast within a podcast, Underwatch, baby.
Ooh, hoo, hoo, hoo. I'm excited. It's an honor to be on Underwatch for the first time. I'm sorry Tony couldn't join us, but I know this was very spur of the moment.
Yeah, he is in fact sleeping currently, so
Sleepy Tony.
Sleepy Tony is sleeping. But anyways, Aaron informed me that Overwatch 2 announced that.
Well, no, they didn't announce. There was some loose lips, sunk some ships, and people found out that the new healer that, if anyone who watched the Overwatch thing remembers, is like, will be coming as soon as the game launches. Well, it seems like it will be coming as part of a battle pass.
What?
Yeah, it's uncertain about whether or not that means that, like, you need to, like, fully outright buy it to unlock it, or if it'll be, like, you can grind it out in-game for free. But yes,
image
it's
somewhere?
confirmed. I think it's just rumors right now, but, like...
Okay.
Yes, the only thing I've seen is angry words, but some guy, I apologize, here's me editing in the name, John Spector, that guy was like, rumors have come out that the new hero would be locked. Well, we have yet to, like, validate that. I'll let you know that content can be achieved for free in the future. And it's that last part that people are getting real pissed about.
So, is there like a leaked image or something of it being in the battle pass, or something like data mined of it like being in the battle pass, or just like going off this man's words?
I believe just words for now, but like I also just want to talk quickly about the character in general. It's literally a spirit wolf. It looks like a Ardenweald soul shape fox.
Oh, that's cool.
And I believe it's related to Hanzo and Genji somehow.
We have allegedly just seen, PC Gamer. Hey everyone, this is the big leak. Kiriko, who is a Japanese, like Oni type person, looks like an anime girl, runs around as a fox spirit, and the big thing that people are getting upset about is John Spector. There you go. I said his name earlier, but there he is again. All he said was addressing some incomplete info posted early about Overwatch 2 Battle Pass. We'll be sharing all details ahead of launch, but want to confirm that new Overwatch 2 heroes will be available on the free track of the Battle Pass. And then someone asked, what happens if you don't reach that specific tier in the Battle Pass? Are you forever locked out from using that hero because you weren't grinding at that specific period of time? To which he says, we will have free paths to get new heroes in future seasons too.
Okay, so it'll
Okay, that doesn't sound that bad to me then.
Usually on the free tracks, like this person asking this question, I don't think the hero is going to be locked at Battle Tier Pass like 97. It'll probably be Battle Pass Tier 1 or 5. That's normally how Battle Passes do this. If they're basing this off of any other Battle Pass out there, it'll be one of the earliest things you can get, and all of the alternative good skins will be what's higher.
Yeah, that's like what Fortnite does. So like towards the very beginning of the Battle Pass, it would be unlocking that character, and then like at level 10, 20, 50 or whatever is like cooler versions of skins of that character.
Yeah, that's like what like Multiversus is doing that. Dota does that. I feel like every Battle Pass I does has it locked on to this certain formula. So I don't think they're gonna do anything insane like everyone's doom and glooming about. Everybody who plays Blizzard games feels like they're pretty old, so maybe they just got confused on what a Battle Pass was in the first place.
I don't know, and I'm not an apologist at all, but it's like I tried to formulate an opinion, and I just don't really have much of one. Yeah, I do not expect you're going to have to bust your ass and pay $10 to get her, like, months from now. It probably will be like, yeah, if you throw $5 their way each time, because they said that the competitive seasons, the development seasons will be pretty quick. It's like a month and a half each time. So probably just for a month, you'll have to throw $5 their way to get the new guy or get the Battle Pass once and then just actually play, and you can more than likely earn your way to the new guy each time. Or if you don't, at the end of each cycle, I would assume you win 9 games and get the new guy. I don't know. Overwatch, even in the paid version, Overwatch 1, has always been like, you want this thing? Play anywhere from 30 to 15 games, please.
Right, exactly. And Aaron, you just linked to like actually pictures of the character. I didn't realize she had a had a human form.
I didn't either until we were talking about this. I just saw the fox running in the trailer. But yeah, apparently this is her human form. It's just like a traditional Japanese, like little girl demon looking thing.
Oh man,
an oni, if you will.
She's too pretty of a character. The internet's gonna have a horrible art time with this.
She shall say she's already getting bent over. Which, by the way, if you look up Overwatch on Twitter, you get the 3 options are Overwatch, Overwatch 2, and Overwatch 34. And any denizen of the internet will know what that means.
Do you think? Okay, so people have joked that like, well, is WoW gonna have a battle pass? Could WoW feasibly have a battle pass?
Oh, are we having a DNR thought in the middle of Underwatch?
We actually are.
Oh, shit, so
DNR
many layers
thoughts.
on layers. This is like a not Tenet. You go inside dreams. Inception.
My first thought is no, it won't work. But then I remembered the Great Vault system, and that's not a bad system to try to maybe incorporate into Battle Pass levels or something, you know?
You pay for a Battle Pass and then get extra thingies out of the vault. I don't think that'd be good.
Or are you saying that if you do
like
X amount of dungeons or X amount of PvP
yes.
or X amount of raid encounters in a week, then it like fills up your bar and you unlock new things?
Yes, because I'm trying to think of how would you fill a battle pass bar in WoW? Obviously, you can't level if you're max level. Killing mobs is that would just become a grind fest. So the only thing you have to base it off of is doing dungeons, killing raid bosses, and PvP. Like, what other thing could you do? I guess
it's sort of like your honor bar where it's always going up based on things you do. It would just be, your super honor bar or your content bar that is filled by everything. So it could be like I do a bunch of stuff one week and I get the crab mount, but you could just run Mythic Pluses exclusively, and then you'll get the crab mount. It'll just take you like 3 weeks instead of 1.
Like honestly, you make a good point though about the honor level. That effectively kind of is like a soft battle pass right now, anyways, because you get titles, mounts, I believe. What else do you get in that?
I mean, technically, I think it's really just titles and mounts. I mean, there are exclusive transmogs. If you can reach 1800, you get a complete transmog. Or is it? No, it's actually higher. I think the helmet is locked behind like 19 or 20. But like that's Battle Pass kind of levels per season.
I guess it's Battle Pass tactics, but you don't have to like pay some gold to get in. That's the big thing and I fully understand it because I wasn't willing to do it with like Fortnite or like Halo Infinite. I have some apprehension in paying the monies to jump in.
There's pets in the honor thing too. I will always buy a battle pass if I'm playing the game. I feel like if I'm playing the game, it's always worth it because they're normally $10 ish. But like I feel like the amount of skins you get a fuck ton of skins. Like which equals out. At the end of the Fortnite track, it's Darth Vader. I would pay $10 for a Darth Vader skin. Of course, I paid $10 for a battle pass to get Darth Vader, and then what? 26 other skins with alternate options to them.
Mm-hmm. And it's. I mean, both Overwatch and WoW. I guess the former a little less, but I'm willing to put the work in if there is actual cool stuff.
Yeah.
Sometimes with Overwatch 1, it's like, wow, that's really cool stuff, but it's a random chance, so I don't feel as motivated because, like, who knows the amount of work that might need to be put into it. This is a real Zoomer, Coomer type of thing, but it's like, if I can just put my nose to the grindstone, pay $10, and then as long as I work hard, I'll never have to pay again, and I get guaranteed all these neat things, I would be much happier.
So I guess to answer the official DNR thought here, I believe that WoW could do one if they wanted, but I don't really think that they are going to, though. I don't really see it happening.
I don't want to, and I think they'd get absolutely destroyed if they did. However, there exists somewhere in the multiverse of madness, there exists a way that they could do it.
I think it could work, but then I think it'd be really easy to like idle or like in any of these, right? Like you could just join like a PvP group and then you just don't do anything. I mean that's a problem now, but I think the problem would be way worse if we had a battle pass like that. People would be joining LFR and AFK, and they would have robots running and scripts going, and I think people would try to cheat the system the best they could, and I don't know how they could maintain the integrity of the system.
Yeah, that's a good point. But I guess to bring us back to Underwatch here, there's one thing that I meant to say earlier, but I forgot. Like at the beginning of the episode when we were talking about how Queen Elizabeth II died, it's super funny because how I actually found out is I was playing Overwatch this afternoon, and one of my teammates said in all chat, "Queen Elizabeth just died, LFG."
Which is funny because then you posted that, and that's how we found out. So the nexus of information really is just the guy who was playing Ana on your Overwatch team.
Yeah, exactly.
He was the primary source. That was actually Princey, now King Charles, in there was just getting a few games in before Mumsy kicked it.
It's just crazy because then immediately everyone in the chat was like, I honestly fully cannot even comprehend or believe that this is how I am fucking finding this out.
It's like when I found out Han Solo died in a game of Star Wars Battlefront for the PS4. Someone's like, Han Solo died. And I'm like, what? No! Ben kills Han. No!
They're using Han Solo's blaster, and they point out, they're like, I got it off of his body because he died in episode 7.
Oh, it's just like remember how I was spoiled, Side?
Oh yeah, that's the worst.
I somehow avoided all spoilers, and we were literally entering the theater as like the people who had just watched it were leaving, and this group of guys were like, "Oh my god, I cannot believe that Han Solo died." I'm like, I'm literally about to enter the theater and sit down and watch this movie, and this is how I got spoiled.
People are rude as fuck.
Like me, fuck you. I was at all the Harry Potter films yelling. Except that I wasn't because I didn't know. But then also at the 7th one, someone did yell like a book spoiler. And I was like, this is the movie, sir. Most people already know these things.
Oh my god, alert. I haven't been near a computer for a little bit, so I'm missing out on a lot of these beta builds. There was another beta build that changed the more UI elements. They've already modernized so much. Yo, have y'all seen this fucking loot window?
Where
No.
it gently slides away when you grab things. I saw that and I was like, that's too smooth.
Yeah, I posted that shit. Nope, that's not. That did not post the GIF. It just posted the image.
You did, in fact, just post the still image. Thank you.
I was hoping it would take the link. Here, go to this. Look at that. It's just it smoothly slides from the side.
Oh shit! That shit is fresh.
I love that. And then you got player portraits that are different. I wouldn't say they're better, but I mean they look different, and that's nice, refreshing. If I can have an option to have this in the old, then yes, similar features to have an old. Yep, we're good. This is great.
I actually really like the way that this player portrait looks. I feel like it's really pleasing to me.
I hope they give us just more options. Like imagine just having like a bunch of shapes for the player portrait, or what if they had like Windows Movie Maker settings for the loot item. So like maybe sometimes it slides from left to right, or it goes right to left, or sometimes it does like the airplane swoop in and out.
What if they just had, whenever you delete a thing in kids pics?
Aaron, no fucking way. I was legitimately going to make a kid pics joke.
Sometimes a little rocket comes and blasts the loot up, or sometimes a little man comes out with a cartoon plunger and he blows it up.
Have you guys ever seen Birdemic?
Yeah, you made me watch it.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. But like, I was just picturing like how the birds look in that. Just like they remind me of kid pics. That's why I thought of it. But like, they just need to add those as an enemy in this game.
I mean, who owns Kid Pics? Surely Microsoft, although I don't know if the merger's going through. Surely parent company can buy out Kid Pics people and we can finally put these where they belong.
We gotta free the Kid Pics people. They got them trapped there behind cartoon bars.
Apparently Kid Pics was Macintosh, so Apple?
They could be an iPhone?
Wait, originally created by Craig Hickman. That's a friend of my sister's dad. Craig, did you make Kid Pics? Holy shit, did he make Kid Pics? He wasn't cool enough. I knew that man. He didn't seem cool enough to have made Kid Pics. But then again, I don't know.
You should call him up right now and ask him. Just get to the bottom of it,
Well, we're getting to the end of the episode here. So, tell you what, everyone. I will have an update on Craig Hickman and Kid Pics. And you can see it on our Discord. Go to DoNotRelent.com.
Now it's time for our top two, bottom boot, medium boot. I'm going to go first because I'm in this hot-ass room and I'm boiling up. I need to walk around a little bit. I got a bottom boot this week.
Boo!
Oh no, what's your boot?
My bottom boot is rating on my laptop. I thought I could do it, and I can do it. But oh my god, my hands hurt so much. Cramping my little fingers, my big fingers on this little keyboard.
And it's funny because you inadvertently went bear form and taunted a few times during the fight because of it.
Yeah, I was like, how the fuck did I even do that? And then I guess I must have been going for a trinket, which makes sense. And then instead of going for the trinket, I pressed Shift 2 instead of Shift 3, and that puts me in bear form. What gets me is that somehow I also managed to taunt it. And I was looking at my keybinds, and I guess I was just mashing my AoE button, which is on 8 on my thumb. And so when I went to bear form, I pressed 8, which in bear form is taunt. So therefore, the fault isn't mine at all. It's the fact that you guys weren't killing the ads on Anduin fast enough, because I had to press that button a lot. So I blame you guys for that. What about you, Aaron? What's your top two, medium boot, and bottom boot?
I gotta say that my week has been a big medium moot.
Medium moot.
It's nice, one step forward just to keep going and getting more experience on Grinkle. Has any of it been fun? I mean, a little bit. Like, we played for 45 minutes on stream, twitch.tv/AaronDNR, and that was fun enough because I had someone to talk to. But when I'm left to my own devices, it's just me, Grinkle, whatever Netflix documentary I'm listening to, and, like, the bitter snow of Dunmoreau. It's real slow. and I don't think it was as bad back in the day when that was the standard. But knowing there's got to be something better, and I've seen it, so it's just like, oh, Beans, this isn't fun. But I'm willing to continue just to see what happens. I want to see how far Grinkle goes.
Yo, oh my god, that reminds me. So I'm home. I went to my dad's house. I found the Holy Grail. I found the original VHS of Muppet Treasure Island. I need to bring that thing home. I need to have it like framed in a VHS hanging wall frame somehow.
Exactly. I was about to say it probably is like an old horse. It probably can't get rode no more. It can't play no more because you played it too hard 20 years ago. It just needs to be immortalized. It needs to finally be able to retire.
Also, I don't know that we have any means to actually play it.
No one does. VHS players are like $1,000 now. It's gone backwards because they're so rare.
That's not like your only find either. You also found Day of Reckoning, right?
Day of Reckoning 2, baby, in a Blockbuster game case.
Ooh. That's like I have a Betamax of Blade Runner, and then my dad was like, wow, are you going to watch that when you get home? And I was like, I don't know how do you fucking play a Betamax? I was like, that was tough to get when I was born, even more so in 2022.
Because are those their own players?
Yeah, so like literally nothing I own can play this, but I was just like, I have it and it's neat, so I like to show it to people like, see, look, it's neat, and then I just leave it on the floor
It's
again.
literally the equivalent of finding like a Zune attachment. Like, good luck using that. You just those Zunes around and plug it in there.
I was the only person that even had a Zune back in the day.
I would say, speaking of Zune Master 101, immunization, what was your TT BBMM?
Well, my medium moot, I suppose, is remembering that I had a Zune back in the day. Just kidding, but I still think it is a medium moot, and it is not 100% knowing what I need to do with my Hunter's Dieners. You know, I had all three. I used my first one on the Sylvanas back piece. I used my second one on the first sigil, and I upgraded the first sigil to heroic. So I'm like, that's cool. But like, what I'm supposed to do is I'm supposed to like use one of my Dieners on a heroic upgrade for my bow, from Sylvanas. But like, I'm never gonna get that. And as I said earlier, I have a pretty good one right now. So I'm like, do I just use my third Diener on like a second trinket or something? I don't know.
Yeah, I have a dinar, but nothing really is interesting with it. So I'm just like, I don't know. I guess I got to do the mental math to try and check out like what is even worth it. I have a weapon that is better than what I could achieve. I have trinkets that are better than what they suggest. So it's like, well, I guess I just use it for a cool sword, just a cool looking thing.
Yeah, it's kind of rough. Because I know that if I hold on to this Diener and a heroic upgrade to go along with it, that or whatever. Wait, actually, for the Sylvanas bow, do I need to use the thing that you need 20 to turn it into a heroic, or is the Diener just the thing that upgrades it to heroic?
The dinar is what gets you the item at normal. You would need to upgrade it with heroic dust.
Well, for the bow, it's not that way. Like for the Sylvanas bow,
right,
like
forgot. Sorry. So yeah, so the dinar then buys the upgrade item, I believe, right? Or is it no? Is it the opposite? Isn't there an upgrade item on the vendor?
Yeah, just for the bow. So I don't know, like, does that just automatically upgrade it to heroic, or does that just upgrade it to normal and I need to get a second one to upgrade? Or I have no idea, honestly.
Well, have you hovered over the tooltip over the item that's on the vendor?
No, because I know I don't have a bow.
Well, it's probably
also
probably
I
there.
did, for the record, I did pug Sylvanas heroic on my own, and I didn't get it. So,
Man, you are cursed to never get that thing.
I know, and I know that like if I hold on to a Diener and an upgrade thing, if I need it, I'll look into whether or not I need to do that or not. Then I just know that I'm gonna have that Diener going into Dragonflight, and then like it's not even worth it, you know?
Right. Well, it's cool to say you did it at least.
Yeah, I'll just be like, hey guys, look at this thing, and then I whip out my Diener.
Please
You
don't hold your
you
dinars.
can use it with your Argent Crusade bucks. Look at all these things, just kind of jingle them around. I can't use these for nothing.
You know, the funny thing is I do have a collection of those in my priest. I'm like, are these for anything, or do I just delete them?
On Booty ATW, I had some and I just smashed them on the ground, and I was like, why did I do that? They don't come back. I'll never get more. Like, I can't spend them on anything, but they're antique pennies now. I should have held on to them. I feel a fool.
Pennies. In that machine and you mush them together.
I used to love doing that.
That shit was fire.
That shit was my jam. I was a little introverted kid. I didn't go a lot of places, but I did get a lot of bitchin' pennies.
Speaking of bitchin' pennies.
You know who's been giving us who's been giving us a lot of cool pennies? It's our patrons. We're talking about Command Sergeant Major Chajurla, fourth host of the podcast, Monkey, Ahoy Vince, aka Nathaniel's killed himself to see Sylvanas and she won't even pick up the phone, Instinct/Drag Race, Azarin, Mitch, who wants the pod to know that the hunters of Uno Mas are burly boys, Crucifix, Cardicay, Saracen Hawk, Joe DiGiorno Dorno, Gershom, the Grill Master, Hoax, asking Growlina to say, for the Horde, Vanderlyle, new patron Smarf, debased god,
New patron alert!
and Will, a.k.a. Tyre, Trade Chat's fallen father.
New patron. And with that, we're out of here. If you want to join these patrons, you can find us at patreon.com/do-not-relent. Discord's at do-not-relent.com. Blah, 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 blah. What about you guys? Where can we find you on the internet?
You can find me, Alex or Immunization, on Twitter at New Era Alex. You can follow our podcast Instagram account on the gram at Do Not Relent.
You can find me, Aaron the Human, at thebigacheesy on twitter.com. Read the show's literary musings at donotrelent.livejournal.com. And watch me on Twitch at twitch.tv/AaronDNR.
See you guys next week. And remember...
Another down! Do not relent!
Do Not Relent is a podcast within the 3HNC network, representing U.S. Proudmoore's premier podcasts.
That was a very good wish.